in these streets.
Man, I'm just like you.
We getting locked by these caps.
Man, I'm just like you.
We fulfill the prophecies.
Man, I'm just like you.
You might be light, I might be dark.
But I'm just like you.
We kill each other over colors.
Damn, I'm just like you.
I'm in these ghettos, in these slums.
I'm just like you.
They call you nigga, call me spick.
And I'm just like you.
You was 1619, I was 1492. We getting shot in these streets.
Man, I'm just like you.
We getting locked by these caps.
Welcome to FCN Quick News of the Day. I'm your host, Captain Zakar, and today in the news we have
Missouri man facing murder charges for allegedly killing his girlfriend's 3-year-old son while she was at an interview.
read that part up under it.
He told the mom her son had been hit by a car.
Man, that's crazy. 3-year-old's life gone. Let's scroll down and let's see what actually. Well, look at that picture right there. I was telling y'all. Wow. Go ahead. Let's go down and let's read that real quick.
A 33-year-old Missouri man was arrested in connection to the mysterious death of his girlfriend's 3-year-old son. According to KMOV, Timothy Robinson had been charged with second-degree felony murder and neglect of a child resulting in death. He is accused of killing Emmanuel Ware, 3, in St. Louis on December the 10th.
Let's scroll down some more. Let's see what it says, what his actual story of his defense was. Let's read that.
Initially, Robinson told the boy's mother, Shanice Moore, that little Emmanuel had been hit by a car.
That's still terrible news to get. Go ahead.
She had gone to a job interview and had left a toddler in Robinson's care. Upon returning home, Shanice discovered Emmanuel was unconscious and unresponsive on the floor with injuries to his head. The ruthless Bo lied to the mom, telling her that they had been gone to the gas station to buy cigarettes and he was hit by a car. Shanice called the police and Robinson fled. When police arrived, the devastated mother carried her son out of the apartment building. The 3-year-old boy later died in the hospital.
He was probably dead already, but you know how it is. You're not dead until Esau says you're dead on the death certificate. Let's read on. The St. Louis.
St. Louis police investigated the bogus claim and didn't find evidence to corroborate Robinson's story. The news outlet revealed that the court documents that officers also examined surveillance footage. No evidence put Robinson or Emmanuel at the store when he claimed. The coroner also concluded that the toddler's injuries were not consistent with being hit by a car. Emmanuel's family initially believed that his mother was involved in his death.
Wow, that's crazy that they would think the mother would kill them. Let's go to the scriptures here. Let's go to Hebrews chapter 13 and verse 4 to show how these things can be prevented of 3-year-olds losing their lives to boyfriends. Let's read that. Hebrews 13 and 4.
Hebrews chapter 13 and verse 4. Marriage is honorable in all, and the bed undefiled. But whoremongers and adulterers God will judge.
So marriage keeps you from these type of situations as a parent. A father with his son is not taking the life of his own flesh and blood. But when you have a boyfriend, which is not of God in the Bible, these things happen. Why? He doesn't have any emotional ties to that young man, that young boy. So if anything happens, upset or the baby cries too much, they're liable to take their lives, especially if they aren't mentally stable. Give me that in Sirach chapter 6, and let's read verse 7.
The book of Sirach chapter 6 and verse 7. If thou wouldest get a friend, prove him first.
You have to prove them first. Why? Because many people, especially in today's time, they have spirits on them. And those spirits are not revealed that are laying dormant inside of them until a process of time comes about. People are good at presenting who they want to you to get what they want from you. So God, in order to prevent those things from happening, of your young children's lives being taken, God said, prove them first. Read on in that.
For some man is a friend for his own occasion.
Because some people are friends for their own occasion, for their own lust. So to expose those spirits that are in people laying dormant, God says, prove them first. Let's go to 2 Timothy chapter 3, and let's read 1 through 5. Why does God give us the wisdom, especially women, to prove a man first, which he called a friend? Why would he say that, especially in today's time? Why would he give us that wisdom? Let's read that.
2 Timothy chapter 3 and verse 1. This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come.
Perilous times means dangerous times, uncertain times. Like a man, you wouldn't expect a man to take a 3-year-old baby's life. Read on.
For men shall be lovers of their own selves.
They'll love themselves more than a child. Go ahead.
Covetous,
Uh-huh.
boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy,
Unholy, and what else?
without natural affection.
Without natural affection. They don't even know how to take care of kids. They don't know how to love kids. They don't know how to nurture kids. These are the dangerous times that we live in. And to expose those spirits that may be laying dormant in somebody, God says you got to prove them. They'll reveal to you who they are. They'll show you who they are, whether it be a male or a female, because females are not mentally stable either. Many times we've brought out here on Quick News about men and women doing the most atrocious things to little kids, because people in today's time don't have natural affection. Read on in that.
Truce breakers, false accusers, incontinent, fierce, despisers of those that are good,
Read on.
traitors, heady, high-minded, lovers of pleasures more than lovers of God.
That means that if anything is in their way of having them please their flesh, they'll remove it out of the way. That may be the story right here with this 3-year-old baby. He couldn't have done what he wanted to do. The baby might have been upsetting him. So in order to eliminate that, what did he do? He took the life of a young baby. Read on.
Verse 5, having a form of godliness, but denying the power thereof.
That's why you must prove them, because they'll have a form of godliness. They'll say they believe in God. They say they believe in Jesus, but their actions will reveal whether they do or not. That's why God said, prove them first. Sisters, take the wisdom of God, prove them first. Let's go to Matthew chapter 24, and let's read verse 12.
The book of Matthew, chapter 24, and verse 12.
Why do you have to prove them? Let's read that.
And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold.
The love of many. That's why you got to prove them. You got to prove a friend, whether it be in everyday life, whether it be business, whether it be in marriage, whether it just be in friendship. You got to prove them, because the love of many wax cold, because sin is at an all-time high here in Babylon the Great. Let's go to Sirach chapter 11, and let's read verse 29 through 31.
The book of Sirach, chapter 11, and verse 29. Bring not every man into thine house.
Sisters, listen to the wisdom of God. Bring not every man into thine house. You shouldn't have a boyfriend. You should be saving yourself for marriage. Read on.
For the deceitful man hath many trains.
He may be crazy, and he may know how to mask his craziness. He may have pills that you don't see him take that makes him normal when he comes around you. Read on.
Like as a partridge taken and kept in a cage, so is the heart of the proud. And like as a spy, watcheth he for thy fall.
Yeah, wait till you at your lowest. Go ahead.
For he lieth in wait and turneth good into evil.
He turns good into evil. A child being born is good. That's especially being a black, Hispanic, or Native Indian. That is a little boy. That is the physical form of God on earth. That's a good thing. But they turn it into evil by taking his life. Read on.
And in things worthy praise will lay blame upon thee.
Why'd you leave the baby with me anyway? You know it's not my child. It's not my son. You know I don't watch kids. It's your fault that you did this. Jump down to verse 34.
Verse 34. Receive a stranger into thine house.
A stranger is a boyfriend. That's a stranger in the eyes of God. Why? Because God only deals with marriage. To have a boyfriend, that's a stranger in your house that you've received. What will happen if you receive a boyfriend into your house? Read.
And he will disturb thee.
He's going to disturb you so much that he may end up taking your child's life. That's disturbing, that you have to live the rest of your days knowing that one of your children's lives was taken by a boyfriend. Read on.
And turn thee out of thine own.
Turn you out of your own house where you can't stay there anymore. You got to move because the memories are too bad to stay there.
Shalom, Israel. This is Bishop Nathaniel. I want you to know that you can view all our Sabbath classes live on IUIC TV. That's right, I said on IUIC TV. Download the app today.
We used to scream Black Power while Heron was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission. Minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold. From Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.